Doctors said I had no chance. My heart had completely failed. I was clinically dead for 10 minutes, and what I saw on the other side changed me forever. Hi friends, my name is Brian Hoyland. Today I want to tell you my real death story. Not a near-death experience, but actual clinical death. This isn't theory or someone else's story. This is what happened to me, with my own eyes, my own soul, every part of my being. It all started back in the military. I was exposed to toxic chemicals that eventually turned into severe autoimmune diseases. They attacked literally every organ in my body, from my bones to my heart, lungs, kidneys, muscles, and nervous system. Everything was being destroyed from the inside. The pain became my constant companion. On January 15, 2017, I went into critical heart failure. I had already been living with chronic heart failure for a long time, but this time it was far worse. The pain was relentless, exhausting, and gave me no peace day or night. I lay in the hospital knowing this could be the end. For 7 hours I fought in the ER, struggling for every breath. The doctors did everything they could, machines, medications, everything. Then they moved me to ICU, and my heart went into dangerous ventricular tachycardia. It was racing out of control, like it wanted to rip out of my chest. I felt death coming. I knew it was here. I kept praying, whispering prayers, begging God for mercy, but at one point the pain became unbearable. I closed my eyes and said to God with everything I had left, "Please take me. I can't take this pain anymore, it's too much." I'm not the kind of guy who gives up easily. I've always fought to the very end. But that day the pain beat me completely. I closed my eyes, and it happened. I felt a violent shake and a sharp pop throughout my entire body. The pain was indescribable, but it lasted only a fraction of a second. In that exact moment, I left my body. My soul exited my physical form. All the noise, the chaos of the hospital room, the doctors shouting, machines beeping, nurses running, everything vanished instantly. Instead, I was surrounded by a love and joy I had never felt on earth. The very atmosphere was filled with love. It wrapped around me, embraced me, calmed me, and filled me with perfect peace. But in front of me I saw only a black void, an endless darkness, like outer space with no stars, no planets, no sun. It was immense, boundless, bottomless, and this void, it was calling me. It was trying to pull me in. I could feel it promising peace and love, but something deep inside my soul screamed, "This is not it. This is wrong. This is a trap." I knew immediately. This was not from God. It was something evil trying to lure me. So I spoke with all my strength and conviction in my soul, "This cannot be my heaven. I don't want eternity without Jesus." Because even before I died, I had felt his presence. He never left me, not for a single second. And right then, behind me, the light appeared. I had been sensing it the whole time on the edge of my awareness. It was far away, but so magnetic, so warm, so familiar. I wanted to be with it with all my heart, and in that same instant I was there. No feeling of movement, no speed, no wind on my face. I simply was, right in front of the light. The light was beyond anything I can describe. It didn't blind me, even though it was brighter than any sun I've ever seen. It was love itself. It poured into my soul and filled every single part of me. My mind became incredibly sharp and clear. I knew things I had never learned in life. I saw my entire life and all of human history at the same time, without confusion. I could see in 360 degrees and take in everything simultaneously without effort. I searched for the edges of this light, left, right, up, down. There were none. It was infinite, eternal. And in that moment, I knew with every fiber of my being, this is God. This is his presence. This is his love. The moment I recognized it, he spoke softly but clearly. "You may enter." I dove into that light like a child running into his father's arms. It was so powerful, so pure, so overwhelming. I felt his love rushing into me like a river. It felt like wrapping yourself in a warm blanket straight out of the dryer on a freezing day. Total safety, warmth, peace, and love. that fills everything. Inside the light, I saw a vast hall filled with thousands of beings shining with love and brilliance. In the center was Him, Jesus Christ. Love flowed from Him like an endless river. I felt like a straw through which fresh, pure, new love constantly poured in. It never runs out. It is always renewed. I said in my soul, "Jesus, I want to see your face." And instantly I saw Him. His face was full of mercy, love, forgiveness, and warmth. He looked at me, a great sinner who had made so many mistakes in life, and He did not condemn me. We reviewed my entire life, every action, every decision, every thought, every word. I saw how my sins had wounded Him, wounded others, and wounded myself. But instead of shame and despair, I felt healthy repentance and a burning desire to become better, purer, and more loving. Then He asked me gently and deeply, "Why do you want to go back to earth?" I started listing reasons, my family, my work, my plans, my dreams, but they all sounded empty in His presence. And then it hit me with crystal clarity. The only real reason is love. I want to go back to share His love with others, because nothing is more important to God than having as many souls as possible with Him in heaven. He smiled and said, "That is the right reason. That is exactly what I wanted to hear from you." Before letting me go, He gave me 3 clear instructions that changed my life forever. First, pray more. Not just with words, but live your prayer. Every good deed, every act of love, every time you help someone, that is true prayer that reaches my heart. Second, suffer joyfully. Even I, the King of the universe, accepted the cross. Your earthly suffering can complete my suffering if you accept it with love and trust in me. Third, share my love every single day. Don't be afraid. Even if you make mistakes, I will correct them and grow the seed you plant. Just sow love wherever you can in every day, in every encounter. Then it was time to return. I saw my tunnel, my hospital room, my body lying on the bed. About 20 doctors and nurses were rushing around in chaos. I re-entered my body, and the pain came back with full force. But along with it came that incredible joy that no physical pain could break. I opened my eyes and said to the doctor right to his face, "Did I just die?" He looked at me in shock and answered, "Yes, you just died. We were about to call time of death." 10 minutes, no heartbeat, no brain activity. The medical team was ready to declare me dead. Yet I returned with 0 brain damage, no memory loss, no complications. 2 years later, I received a heart transplant. When the surgeons removed my old heart, they showed it to me. It was completely destroyed, covered in scar tissue. The doctors said, "It's a medical miracle that this heart was still working at all." But I knew the truth. It was a God miracle. God decided to give me a second chance. Friends, after this experience, I am completely changed. I was a skeptic, a psychotherapist, who didn't believe in near-death experiences. I thought it was all just brain chemistry. Now I know for certain there is life after death. There is a love stronger than any pain on earth. There is Jesus waiting for every one of us with open arms. God gave me a second chance not just so I could keep living, but so I could share this love with everyone willing to hear it. And that is exactly what I am doing now, telling my story so you can feel this love too. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, write in the comments what you felt, and share it with anyone who needs it right now. Together we can carry this heavenly love across the earth. Thank you for listening to my story from beginning to end. May God bless each of you, your families, and everyone you love. See you in the next video.